Robert Williams from MetalRules.com, and joining me today in San Antonio, Texas at Top String Productions is heavy metal legend Ross the Boss Friedman. How you doing today, Ross?
Robert, I'm doing okay, man. Nice to be here, thank you.
I think the last time I interviewed you, Hailstorm, your second album with the Ross the Boss Band, had just been released. Has there been any plans for a third album with the Ross the Boss Band? What's the latest with that?
Yeah, yes, we've been working on the tunes for the third record. You know, I've been so busy lately with a lot of other different news in my life, but we've been working on. We actually have about six tunes ready for the new one. Yeah.
So you've been working a lot with your old pals from the Dictators, Handsome Dick and JP Thunderbolt Patterson, in a new band called Manitoba. Right. Tell me about working with those guys again and what fans can expect in the future from Manitoba. Any plans to record, or are you guys just playing out for the time being?
Well, we're playing out. We have a couple of new songs we've written. The band has changed. We're called Manitoba, not the Dictators. It's two different members. Daniel Ray on guitar. The Ramones producer, plays with Ronnie Spector. Great musician. He was in Manitoba's Wild Kingdom back in in '90. We have Dean Rispler on bass, who's is a monster musician. Dean Rispler was unbelievable musician. So yeah, when Manitoba's playing, we got the Midwest, Canada, play Boston, New York, go all over, Spain.
So I saw a flyer online for Manitoba New Year's Eve gig at the Bowery Electric in New York City. That must have been a blast. And then this past January, both you and Handsome Dick Manitoba performed as part of an all-star cast of musicians for a Hurricane Sandy benefit. How'd that go?
That was great. We played with the Rockers for Recovery band, Liberty DeVito from Billy Joel's band, Kazim Sultan, Mark Stein, all these great musicians. Ian Hunter played. We raised $20,000 for their Sandy victims. It was fantastic. Fantastic night of rock and roll. Really was.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of all-star lineups, let's talk about your new band, Death Dealer. Joining you in this new band is cage vocalist Sean Peck, guitarist Stu Marshall, who's worked with both Udo Dirkenschneider and bassist Mike Davis, whose past credits include playing for both Lizzie Borden and Halford. Yeah, and of course, fellow Manowar alumni Rhino on drums. An album title for the debut, War Master, has been announced. When can fans expect to get their hands on Death Dealer's debut?
Well, we're in negotiations with some very good labels at the moment. Japanese. It's the same old story. It's all done. We just want to make sure that the product will get out, and we will be able to have a good accounting for what we're selling, because we know we're going to sell a lot of units with this. The record is absolutely killer record. The story of the band is, we have the video prepared. I think we're gonna release it with our publicist next week.
Okay.
The story of Death Dealer. We have our website, deathdealer.co. If you go there, you can hear 3 snippets of songs on there. Brutal stuff. Death Dealer is definitely I think it's the next band. It's the next big band in metal.
So let's talk about how this all came about with Death Dealer. Who reached out to you first? Was it Sean or Stu, or how did it all come about?
The good thing about Facebook is the fact that we're all connected, and so I have a lot of friends and a lot of so I have this guy Sean Peck as my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, and it turns out he's the lead singer of this band Cage. Now I did research, and Cage has been around for 20 years. Cage is a great heavy metal band. Sean about a year ago, he calls me. He starts messaging me on Facebook. He goes, we're talking about the election and everything, and we're pretty much on the same side.
Of course.
And we're talking about the politics and stuff like that, and he says, "Would you like to play on a couple of tracks?" I go, "Sure, why not?" Me. This is the way I am. He goes, "All right, I'll send them over." And then 2 days later, I start getting this messaging from Stu Marshall, this guy Stu Marshall, and he's talking to me, and dude, I'm a real fan of your playing, and you influenced me when I was growing up, and then I'm a guitar player, and Stu. I did research on Stu, and he's got this thing called Empires of Eden, and he was in this band Dungeon. He's unbelievable. This kid is, an amazing guitar player, and a very humble guy, very nice, And he goes, "Oh man, I'm working with Sean on this project, and we want you to play." I go, "Okay." I spoke to him. "All right, let's do it."
Yeah.
So then 2 days later, Sean goes to me, "Oh, by the way, it's not just this project. I have a band. It's called Death Dealer. I have this concept for it. I have this all planned out.
Yeah.
Okay, we have all this. He says we need some more ideas, but basically it's all there. We need you. Would you like to do it?" I go, well, who's in the band? I go, well, Sean goes, Mike Davis from Halford. I go, and Lizzie Borden. I go, all right, that's good. He's good.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
He's a great musician. All right, and then myself, Stu Marshall, and Rhino. I go. I said, "You're shitting me." I go, "Rhino, really?" He goes, I'm in. Because I always wanted to play in a band with him, because he's my brother, and he's a great guy. We agree a lot. We just have a similar. We're like connected at the. We never were in the band together. We never in Manitoba at the same time together. But we're just brothers, and I love the guy to death. And he's an unbelievably talented musician, a great songwriter, a great singer. Even beyond belief drummer. He's over the top on drums. He's amazing. So he said, I'm in. So we had the band.
Yeah.
So we had the 5 of us, and then we completed. Stu and I just put our heads together. We started working on the music. We completed the record, and I did arrangements. I did all sorts of stuff. The usual stuff, and. So the Death Dealer album is completed. It's called War Master, and I couldn't be more proud of this record. I think it's what the heavy metal scene has been waiting for. I think this band is going to just really cut heads when we play. It's great. It's powerful. It's melodic. It's crushingly good. It's got great. 2 different guitar players, 2 different great guitar players, different styles, but we're blending together. The rhythm section is absolute. I don't even know what to tell you. It's great. You're just gonna have to wait. This record is going to be a monster record.
So one thing I'm curious about, when you say that they had the logo, they had the artwork, they had all this stuff together, were you involved in the songwriting process?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some of it at the end. Not not in the beginning, but. The next record, it's going to be. I can't even imagine what the next record's going to be, because I've already started writing songs with Stu.
So the brief clips I've heard online, they're real powerful, they're real aggressive. Tell me about the musical direction in general on the debut War Master, and some of your favorite tracks on that record.
The intro track, the title track, Death Dealer, the first track. Has the greatest screaming heavy metal that's ever been put on a record.
Is that right?
Sean, it's 4 octaves. It's a warning shot to the rest of the genre that this is just going to be unbelievable. Sean Peck is the greatest singer in heavy metal right now. He is the greatest singer. There's no competition for him right now. He has not only does he have the highs at full power but he's got all these other voices that he's done on a record, and you will see it. It was obvious on the Cage records, but but these set of songs are just highlight, showcase him. Like it's unbelievable.
So you guys are spread out. You got Stu in Australia, and Sean is in
California.
How are you guys going to get it together in rehearsal-wise and touring?
Well, I'm going to be going there to California. We're all going to be Rhino and I will be going to California. Stu will be coming up. We're gonna do like 2 weeks of pre-production.
Okay.
Before we hit the road, we have some festival dates.
What markets are you hitting?
Well, we're gonna play Masters of Rock in Czech Republic.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna Bangalore looks like in India.
Oh,
It
wow.
looks like on Bangalore open air. They're coming in. It's not like if the record was out right now and it was like 5 months ago, we would have gotten more festival offers.
Yeah.
But we're kind of late in the season. But that's okay. You know, the band's going to establish itself very, very quickly. And next summer, I think next summer is Vakin and all the big ones.
Have you guys been negotiating, shopping around different labels?
Yeah, we have a lot of different offers for this. Yeah.
Cool.
It's just you have to tread carefully in the music business these days.
Really excited to hear that, Ross.
Yes.
So this coming July will mark the 30th anniversary of the release of Manowar's second album and one of my personal favorites, Into Glory Ride. What all do you remember about creating one of the all-time greatest works in heavy metal?
Well, we were in a very angry state as a band. We had just come off of Battle Hymns and EMI records and dropping us and you know, because Kenny Rogers, we really didn't relate to heavy metal that much. But no, we were angry. The Into Glory Ride, the songwriting reflects it. You know, but we recorded that record very quickly. I think it was 7 days or 6 days or something like that.
That's amazing.
Everything is done live. Eric's vocals, you know. Back in the day when bands had to play and had to mean it, you better do, if you're doing your track, you better make it good.
Yeah.
My leads are 1 take, 2 takes at the most, the whole record.
That's killer.
That record is, all those records, our records, up until Fighting the World, everything was live.
So Into Glory Ride was originally released in '83 on Megaforce Records here
Yeah.
in the U.S. and Music for Nations put it out in Europe. Looking back in hindsight, do you feel like Megaforce were pretty supportive at the time in terms of promotion and getting the music to people?
It was a strange time because they had just started. They were a fledgling label, and John and Marsha Z were very, very intuitive people. John was, I mean, he had some vision. You know, he had already found Metallica. You know, from a demo, I think. He was friends with the guys from Anthrax, who I wound producing their first single. Because the Anthrax had opened for Manowar. So at that time, I mean, it was just a great time for heavy metal. There was so many different things happening. Megaforce became, after we had left, a great label. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another interesting fact, Manowar filmed your first music video for Gloves of Metal from the Into Glory Ride album. What are your memories of filming that video?
We self-produced that video. It was done at Ithaca College. We had all the extras from the film department.
Yeah.
Volunteers, all those people in those videos, and that land and the waterfalls, and we did that all. And the horses were in Auburn, where the band is from. They were from. I'm from New York City. We had learned how to ride pretty good. So
Was that tough for you, or?
Well, no, I learned how to ride. I mean, quickly because we used horses in the video, and but the live stuff was done in front of our rehearsal space in Auburn. We painted the ground red, and we had tons of smoke, and it looks really cool. Yeah.
And of course, Into Glory Ride was the first Manowar album to feature the immortal Scott Columbus on drums. Tell me how you guys first found Scott.
We had obviously parted ways with Donnie for the time after the Ted Nugent tour, and we got dropped and everything, and we went back and sort of rethinking things, and we're looking for a new drummer, and we're just looking around, and a friend of Joey's, knew a drummer from nearby town, and his name was Scott Columbus, and we said, give him a call, right? And then we gave him a call, we contacted him, and we told him a little about the band, and I'll never forget the first day that Scott and his wife walked into the rehearsal room. You know, we had all our equipment set up and everything, and he walked in and he goes, whoa. Wow, what is this? I go, come on, man, you know, we heard you play drums. Yeah, I do. He got on the kit, played some stuff, and he was in the band. We asked him to join that day.
So at this time, you'd already toured the world with Shakin' Street and before joining Manowar, and I'm sure you'd worked with your fair share of killer drummers.
Well, the Dictators starting in 1975,
Uh-huh.
and then Shakin' Street.
So were you still pretty floored and amazed with the way Scott played the drums?
Loved the way he played. I mean, he was just a big, hard-hitting, solid, not fancy, meat and potatoes drummer that we really, he was just an anchor. He became the anchor of the band, and just a great guy. I loved him. Great player.
Uh-huh. Great drummer.
Yep. Just.
So what's next for Ross the Boss in 2013? Anything else we need to know about?
I'm busy with the 3 projects.
Yeah.
With Manitoba, with Ross the Boss, and the Death Dealer obviously is going to be in the forefront.
Definitely.
Because I'm telling you, this is gonna mow people away. This is gonna blow people away. This band.
Well, hey, I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to talk metal with me today, Ross. It's been an honor. Before we wrap this up, any last words for your fans watching at home?
I said keep believing and keep supporting music and support. What you got to do is go out and support the young bands around, and go out and see them and show your support to the new bands coming out, because that's the lifeblood of heavy metal.